It seems evident to me that the President's decision to commute Scooter Libby's 30-month prison sentence is egregious, rewards loyalty above the rule of law, and encourages future acts of obstruction of justice. As a result, yesterday I introduced HRES 530 with my judiciary colleagues, Congressman Cohen, Congresswoman Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Baldwin, and 14 additional members of Congress to censure President Bush and condemn this unconscionable abuse of power, which began with the administration falsifying intelligence on Iraqi nuclear capabilities. After a month-long trial, Scooter Libby was found guilty by a jury of his peers of very serious crimes: 4 counts of perjury, obstruction of justice, and making false statements to FBI investigators. Mr. Libby's criminal actions obstructed the federal investigation into the White House's failure to comply with an executive order mandating the protection of classified national security information. It is clear that the perjury of Mr. Libby was designed to do one thing and one thing only: protect President Bush, protect Vice President Cheney, and other administration officials from further scrutiny regarding the coordinated political retaliation against former Ambassador Wilson and his wife. President Bush's commutation of Mr. Libby's 30-month prison sentence is an egregious abuse of the President's clemency power and can only be described as politically motivated quid pro quo to reward Libby for halting further investigation into the White House's failure to protect the confidential identity of a CIA operative. Despite President Bush's assertion that Mr. Libby's sentence was excessive, the record shows that it was not. The 30-month prison term imposed by Judge Walton is supported by the federal sentencing guidelines. Indeed, under the federal sentencing guidelines, those who commit perjury and successfully obstruct justice, as did Mr. Libby, actually lengthen a prison term, not shorten it. Not only is Mr. Libby's sentence supported by the federal sentencing guidelines, but a similar sentence in a similar case involving perjury was recently upheld by the United States Supreme Court in Rita versus the United States. In fact, President Bush's position that the commutation was needed because of the excessive nature of Mr. Libby's sentence is intellectually dishonest. If the President truly believed it was excessive, he could have commuted Mr. Libby's sentence after Mr. Libby had served 12, 18, 20 months, or whatever sentence the President deemed appropriate. Commuting it before Mr. Libby served even 1 day in prison proves that length of sentence was not the President's real concern. While the President has the constitutional authority to commute an individual's sentence, it does not mean that Congress must sit by and give tacit approval when a President unjustly exercises that authority. Congress must go on record against the President's actions. Censure, in my mind, would be a strong statement to the President, from Congress and from the American people, that his decision to reward loyalty above the rule of law is wrong and will not be tolerated.